Let me ask all of you, how are you all? All fine? What a disaster, With so much of science and technology and economy growing, and you're only fine. The humans, modern humans are really not understanding what we wanting and trying to do in this world. गीता में लिखा है जितने कर्म हम जीवन में करते हैं, चाहे हम सुंदर दिखना चाहते हैं, आइसक्रीम खाना चाहते हैं, अच्छी पढ़ाई करना चाहते हैं, अच्छा जॉब चाहते हैं, अच्छा रिस्पेक्ट चाहते हैं, behind everything there is only one purpose, that is to be happy. So that's why I made a rule, wherever I'll go and speak, I will only speak to happy people. So with this note, let me ask once again, how are you all? Happy, very nice. And what is the proof that you are happy now? Smile on your face. So till I'm going to talk to you, please keep a smile on your face. Nakli hogi to bhi chalegi. But it is important to smile. You all agree with me? Yes. All right. Today, it was almost February 2024 when I was sitting with the mayor of Indore. And I was congratulating him that Indore is the cleanest city in the country 8 times now. But what we have to realize that it is clean in only what is called visible garbage. It means there is another category called invisible garbage. And today I'm going to throw light on what is invisible garbage and how important it is. And when you're really going to realize what it is, I'm sure you're going to change. You're going to change the way you're going to live forever. So if you don't want to change, don't listen to me carefully. But if you're willing to change, pay full attention. Visible garbage is what we see, that you can touch, feel, smell, All the garbage that you see around, the garbage of the kitchen waste, the plastic that you see, that is all visible. But you'll be surprised to know that the visible garbage is a very tiny part of the garbage that we create in our life. It's only 150 kg per family per year. And there is another category of garbage, it is called invisible garbage, that we can't see, that we can't smell, but it is all there. The greenhouse gases, the carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, sulfur oxide, they're all greenhouse gases. They are invisible, colorless, smellless. The visible garbage that we throw in that our atmosphere is only 150 kg per family per year, but the invisible garbage is 10,000 kg per family per year. 10,000 kg. We all focus our attention on the small thing because it is visible, and in life there are so many invisible things we don't focus because we can't see it. In what I call is our bigger home. We keep our home clean. Everybody's home is clean. There is a dustbin where we throw, but we can empty the dustbin. The invisible garbage, what we do? We all throw. It's not working again. Where we throw invisible garbage? We all throw this invisible garbage in our atmosphere. You should realize that this atmosphere is not your father's property, not your grandfather's property. But we all keep throwing it. You do not realize that the AC that is running here is running because of the electricity coming from coal. And when you're burning coal, you're throwing carbon dioxide. You don't realize that when you cook food in your kitchen, you're using LPG, and where you're using LPG, you're throwing carbon dioxide. You don't realize that when you buy your shirt, it has gone through so many processes. You have thrown carbon dioxide in this atmosphere. What we have done? We have made atmosphere as our garbage bin, ladies and gentlemen. And the young kids, please wake up and realize that this garbage bin, the atmosphere, our bigger home, is filling up. It is filling up faster than ever. And these greenhouse gases are actually creating problem, creating imbalance in the world. While coming to this hall, I was talking to the driver. He said, just few days back, there was a lot of water in your, what is called Anna Sagar Lake. It is not a normal thing that is happening. Last 15, 20 days or 1 month, we see how many cloudburst events taking place in India. It is all because of each one of you. You don't even realize. Because of this invisible garbage that we are all throwing in the atmosphere. So we are throwing invisible garbage every single minute of our life. And you know why we are generating so much of garbage? 10,000 kilogram, can you believe it? Can any one of you hold 10,000 kilogram weight in your life? You can't. You know why we are able to, why we are doing it next? Because we are all have become big user of energy. It is the energy that is driving the world. And when we started our industrialization, we were using small amount of energy in the form of coal, but let's see what happened. Then you got crude oil and the natural gas, and look where it is going. In 2025, we are using coal, oil, gas, solar, wind, biomass, hydro, nuclear. So much of energy, and most of this energy is coming from three sources, coal, oil, and gas. Next, please. 80 to 85% of the life today runs on this energy. And the problem is coal, oil, and gas is all made out of one single element. It is called carbon. And every time when you burn carbon, it results in carbon dioxide. Every time. Every time when you do something, it is resulting in carbon dioxide. And what are the activities that results in carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. Next, please. Because the amount of carbon dioxide that we are throwing in the atmosphere is increasing. And look at this, what we are doing. Next. Right now, next, the human beings, the amount of carbon dioxide we have thrown in the atmosphere, we have changed our atmosphere by 53%. Let us wake up and realize that we modern humans have become dangerous animal on this planet. We have changed our atmosphere by 53%. If anything changes by 53%, it is going to be huge change. We have already caused the huge change on our atmosphere, and this 53% extra greenhouse gas is resulting in a 53% extra trapping of the heat, which is heating our planet faster than ever. The planet is becoming faster. Human body temperature is 97, 98 degree Fahrenheit. If your body temperature increases by just 2 degree, it becomes 100 degree, and we say body has got the fever. Right now, the planet's temperature is increased by 2.5 degree Fahrenheit. Our planet has got the fever. It cannot behave properly. There are floods, there are droughts, there are heat waves, there are forest fire, ice melting. Everything that can go wrong is already going wrong. It is unfortunate that people of my age, 15 and 60s, we are all going to die in another 20, 30 years. But the young generation who is studying in school today are going to suffer the consequences greater than ever. So I keep requesting all the parents, even if you don't educate your children, it's okay. Don't send to the school, it's okay. Our children are smarter, they will be able to live. Because cancer cannot be treated by paracetamol. You have to go to the root of it. And what is the root of everything? The consumption of everything that in our life, because everything is driven by energy. So we sat with the mayor of Indore and said, okay, let us clean the invisible garbage. How? Not by policies, not by technology, but by in our practices, the people's contribution, the fractal changes that we are all looking for. We said, okay, we are going to run a campaign and ask the entire Indore city to reduce the electricity consumption, because there's a direct correlationship between the electricity and the amount of carbon dioxide. In India, 74% of electricity produced today still coming from coal. So every unit consumed by us is almost equal to 1 kg of carbon emission. So we said, okay, we'll bring this mission to the entire city. We are going to ask every individual to reduce the carbon emission. So Indore is a cleanest city. We said, okay, we'll make it also clean in the invisible garbage. And that's why we started what is called Indore Climate Mission. The whole purpose of Indore Climate Mission was to collectively reduce the electricity consumption of the entire city, not by any investment, not by technology. Next. So if you look at the electricity breakup of the city, you see that 60% electricity is coming from the domestic sector, and then there are other sectors like non-domestic, industry, etc. We thought we will focus on the domestic sector. Each individual will focus. And if we can actually bring reduction in 5%, 10% of electricity, we will be talking about millions of kilograms of carbon emission saving. That will be huge cleaning by not doing something. Next. So we started various programs. How do we bring people on board? How do we tell people that, hello, atmosphere is not your father's property? How can we tell people that any wastage of electricity or material is a huge loss to the environment? How do we tell people that the electricity that you are consuming is going to affect your generations. 10 generations are going to pay the price. So we said, okay, we are going to have open climate discussion. Now climate change is anyway a complicated subject, but if you open this to public and create a chopal, that is interesting. That was an interesting exercise. What people think about climate, what they don't think. So we ran in the evening hours. We used to run climate chopals and various choras to organize that. Next, then I was going to schools and colleges, and as I said, it is the young generation who is going to be left behind living on this planet. It is this young generation who is going to suffer the consequences of climate change. It is important that all of you should become aware that how dangerous it is to use energy. And therefore we used to go to the schools and we used to make three-step approach. We say 1 + 1 + 10 approach. One, that every school should reduce the electricity consumption by 10%. Not only school should reduce, but every student should reduce electricity consumption by 10% or 20% at home. Not only the student should reduce at home, but every student should go to the 10 families in their neighborhood. Go to the adosi, padosi, friends, family members, mama, chacha, kaka. Tell them that how important it is to clean the invisible garbage. So I used to go to the schools and colleges, addressed thousands and thousands of students in the country, city. Next, we also used to make live radio programs, and almost 14, 15 live radio programs where anybody could call and ask the questions. And I used to tell them about Indore Climate Mission and why it is important to reduce electricity consumption. Believe me, after 3-4 episodes, people started calling me and telling the stories of how they changed. For example, there was this tailor who called me and said, "Sir, thank you so much. After आपको सुन के मैंने अपनी बिजली की जरूरत कम कर ली," और बोल रहा था, "सर, मेरी एक प्रेस की दुकान है, पर जब से आपको सुना है मैंने अपने प्रेस की दुकान ही बंद कर दी." And he said, "Why? आपको तो नुकसान हो गया पैसे का." He said, "Sir, थोड़ा नुकसान चलेगा, पर हमारा पर्यावरण तो बचेगा." One ऑटो वाला called me and said, "आपको मैं सबसे सुन रहा हूँ, मैंने अपना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंजम्पशन कम कर लिया है, अब मैं ऑटो के अंदर भी लाइट चालू करता हूँ तो डर लगता है." आप सब लोग नहीं डरते, why? Because you don't understand. कोबरा काटेगा तो मर जाएंगे तो आपको डर लगता है, because you understand that the bite is going to kill you. You don't understand that the AC is also going to kill you. If not today, decades later. It's going to create a situation where you are all going to suffer greater consequences. Your food, your water, your health, everything is going to be at stake. That is what the climate change is all about. We are all sleeping in deep sleep. The whole world is sleeping. The stakeholders of the society, the leaders of the society, the parents, policymakers, professors, professionals, politicians, and press, these 6 Ps do not even understand the problem, and therefore you are not taking the right action. At my home, by the way, I'm a professor of IIT Bombay. At my home, there is no refrigerator. There's no geyser. There is no microwave. There is no air conditioner. I don't iron my clothes. Not because I cannot afford. I am a professor, I can afford, but nature cannot afford. When your salary increases, when your business increases, your capacity to buy increases. Nature's capacity to supply does not increase, ladies and gentlemen. दुनिया की कोई ताकत धरती के साइज को नहीं बढ़ा सकती है. दुनिया की कोई ताकत एक्स्ट्रा मिनरल्स पैदा नहीं कर सकती, मिट्टी नहीं पैदा कर सकती. धरती सीमित है तो अलमारियों में कपड़े कैसे बढ़ते हैं? धरती सीमित है तो गाड़ियों का साइज कैसे बढ़ता है? धरती सीमित है तो बिल्डिंग कैसे बढ़ती है? You have to ask this question yourself again and again, because indirectly you are creating hell for all of us, and particularly for our children. So we used to do this. We also used to actually, put the billboards, advertisement. We made appeal to the entire city that, hello, we all have to participate, because climate change cannot be solved by the government. It can only be solved by the people. So then we put the advertisement like this. We appealed people to reduce electricity consumption by 20%. Next. We also created songs. This song is so beautiful, right? सुनो सुनो इंदौर सुनो, स्वच्छता अभी अधूरी है, विश्व में नंबर 1 बनना है, climate mission जरूरी. Indore is the cleanest city in the country, but we say let us become cleanest in the world, not by cleaning the visible garbage, but cleaning the invisible garbage. No city has done it.